Hello all of you lovely amazing people. Today I wanted to do a little announcement video. It has been coming for a very long time and I can finally announce it to the world now that everybody who is important and needs to know first, now they know. In November 2017 I turned 27 and had a small 20 life breakdown where I was like, I'm nearly through my 20s and I have not achieved anything with my life, even though that is completely wrong and I have achieved quite a lot in my life actually. When I got made redundant in 2016, I think I was made redundant. I hadn't worked at the place that I was made redundant for very long, and so I had started to make plans before I was actually let go to do BUNAC's Work Canada program. So BUNAC is related to SDA Travel and they host a load of different kind of travel programs. So it's things like Work Canada, they do Work Japan now I think, Work Australia, Work New Zealand, Camp America they do. So they do all this really awesome stuff for people basically under the age of 30. You can also do some of these programs when you're over 30, but they become more expensive because the work visas for some of the countries get a bit complicated when you're over 30. So I had planned to do that back in 2016. Then I got made redundant and I ended up getting a job at somewhere that I really enjoyed and in a job that I really liked. I really liked the people that I worked with, and I decided that I was not going to go to Canada anymore and I was going to stay in Manchester. So that's exactly what I did. I have now been in the job that I'm in for nearly 3 years. I think it'll be 3 years next February. And yeah, I just kind of thought you were gonna do it and then you didn't do it. And now time is running out if you want to do it. So I contemplated kind of maybe trying to go back to Canada and doing the Work Canada program, but the visas are so difficult to get and it really is like a potluck kind of system. And I thought, I've always wanted to go to New Zealand, and BUNAC do a Work New Zealand program that I read and thought, I would very much like to do this. So on the 14th of February 2019, I will be joining other BUNACers. I don't even know if that's how you say the name, because BUNACers just sounds awful, doesn't it? I will be joining another group of people on a group flight to fly down under, and I will be doing the Work New Zealand program. So on the 14th of February next year, I will be jetting off. I think we stop in Hong Kong and we start our like little journey, adventure in Hong Kong, and we spend a couple of days there before flying on. Some people will leave us in Hong Kong and fly on to Sydney and do Work Australia, and then the rest of us will go on to Auckland and we will fly into Auckland, and yeah, that's where we'll start our little New Zealand adventure. So I will be in New Zealand for most of next year, and because I've not been allowed to talk about it because my workplace did not know, and so it's been difficult to kind of process the fact that I will be leaving the UK. I have never done a long haul flight before, but I will have done by the time I go, because obviously I'm going to China in October to do the Great Wall of China trek with the Mental Health Foundation. So that will be my first long haul flight, and then New Zealand will be my second one. So a little bit nervous about that because I've only just got over my fear of flying by just doing little trips to Europe. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm pretty much going on my own. I'm not really traveling with anyone. I just kind of wanted to do it alone. I've done a lot of solo travel before, as you guys know, because I've done some videos on it. And yeah, I'm not even excited. I kind of am excited, but I'm also not excited because it seems so far away, and I always have this feeling like, oh, you're gonna get hit by a bus and then you are not gonna end up going. You always have that fear that something bad's gonna happen and then you're not gonna be able to do it. So for example, I went to go for a little talk with a nurse about my vaccinations that I need to get for China, and now I'm just worried I'm going to get Japanese elephantitis or whatever it's called, and my brain's going to swell up and explode, and then I won't get to go to New Zealand because I will die in China. So there's that fear. So what's the plan? There is no plan. Basically, with the Work New Zealand program with BUNAC, I will put all of the details down below if you kind of want to look into it, because it's a really great program. It is obviously more expensive than if you decided to go off and do it like DIY style and like book your own flights and book your own accommodation and find your own work and all of that stuff. So obviously it's going to be more expensive because it's like a tailor-made supportive package. But because I was traveling on my own and because I haven't traveled that far before, I really wanted that safety net there that I could have if something went wrong, or if I had like a little breakdown, I could be like, please help me, I don't know what I'm doing. So I have them there, and that's why I went with BUNAC. The people were really friendly when I was booking and stuff. It was a £250 deposit, and I'm on the ultimate program, so you can have the more basic program, which is obviously cheaper, or you can have the ultimate program, which is more expensive, but you kind of get more from it. So I will be obviously joining the group flight from London Heathrow and flying to Hong Kong. So we spend a couple of days in Hong Kong. I don't actually have the full itinerary on me. Maybe I should get it. I don't actually know where it is. We'll just make it up, it'll be fine. So we fly into Hong Kong, we spend a couple of days in Hong Kong just having a look around and exploring that part of the world, which is really cool because it's not a place I ever thought that I would go on my own initiative, so that'll be fun. And then yeah, then our little group of New Zealand people will fly over to Auckland and we'll start our little adventure in Auckland. And with the ultimate program you get 7 days in a hostel, so you kind of pay for the first week that you're there, and you go off on like little excursions. So the whole 7 days you basically get your induction period, so where they talk about setting up your bank account, taxes, getting a job, doing your CV, all of that stuff. So they help you with all that kind of stuff. And then you obviously go off and you do this little excursion activity fun adventure week. And then some people go on to try and find a job in like Auckland or Wellington, Christchurch, Queenstown. Some people join the hop on hop off Kiwi experience bus, which sounds really cool, so I think I may or may not do that. And some people just go off and they just travel for the first couple of months before they kind of run out of money and then they have to get a job. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably start off obviously in Auckland. We have the activity week, and then I kind of want to just spend some time just traveling and seeing more of the actual island, and then probably make my way down to the South Island because it will be winter when I get over there, which I'm really looking forward to because I am so done with this heat wave. I cannot cope, I do not like it. So I'm very, very excited about the fact that I get like an entire year of just autumn, winter. That excites me. So I've heard quite a lot of people say that Queenstown and Christchurch on the South Island are great places to go for things like skiing and snowboarding and seasonal work, so I kind of want to travel down that way for my first kind of actual work time. So I'll probably do a hop on hop off bus tour for maybe like the first month or so, and then start to look for work on the South Island. So that is my rough plan, but I'm kind of leaving myself the freedom and the flexibility to change the plan if I want to. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this was because I've never had that full freedom of being able to do something, not just in life but in my own head. So when I started at my current job and I was supposed to go to Canada, everything was fine, but then I kind of declined quite quickly with my mental health, which I've spoken about before hundreds of times, and I got to a point where I wouldn't have been able to mentally handle going that far away from my family who were my support system at the time. So that wasn't an option for me. However, I am now in the best mental state that I've ever been in. I feel fairly confident that even if I did have an episode or I had like a break or something, that I feel like I'm confident enough now and I'm knowledgeable enough to be able to handle it myself and not have to rely too much on a support system, even though that would be lovely. Is that my clock? Ignore the clock. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a fairly stable place where I think I can handle travelling that far on my own. So that is another reason why I really wanted to do the Work New Zealand programme now. I have a very stable job. I make good money. I'd like to think that I'm fairly skilled in what I do, and I'm surprised at how much fear I do not have at leaving that behind. I feel like usually, or like past me, who was very anxious, would be like, what are you doing? You are leaving a stable job with a good income to basically go to the other side of the world and just be like homeless, technically, for a very long time. And I'm really okay with it. I feel very calm about it. I don't know, I watched a vlog a while ago of a girl that basically did a similar thing where she just up and left and she went to New Zealand. She didn't have a job when like organised before she got there, and I did have a little moment of like, oh my god, no, what have I done? But then it passed and now I feel okay again. So I think I'm just gonna have little pockets of, oh my god, what am I doing, just every now and again, but I feel like I can deal with that. I don't think that's an issue. So yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. Just, I am moving to New Zealand. Ta-da! I may get there and I may hate it and I'll be like, why am I here? And then fly back to England. But that's my prerogative, that's what I'm allowed to do. That was all I wanted to say. And if you have ever done any BUNAC work programs, whether it's America, Camp America, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, then let me know in the comments below and tell me all about your experiences. And if you vlogged it, awesome, because I love watching these vlogs, link them down below and I will check them out because I really like watching travel vlogs. They are awesome, and I'm hopefully going to be doing some when I'm over there as well. So yes, that is all for now. Thank you for watching, and that's all I have to say to you. Go to New Zealand. Bye bye.